Where I am better than before. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'm telling all the grace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FY Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Edward, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 Studio, WMVA 88.9 FM Studio, all you have to do is go to Edward's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1350 AM, 1400am.com, click and listen live, and you see something that says Church Webcast. Click on that, and guess what? You can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. Let's welcome WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace 95.3, WMVA 88.9, WMVA 88.9, Peace 95.3, WPCE 1400 AM. Good morning to you.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise we'll shout you out.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go to all our channels, please. And especially YouTube. We have a new channel over there at FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton, and of course Crystal Records 1, CRISTO Records. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we promise we'll shout you out.
Shout out.
All right, Mr. E, it is Hump Day, Wednesday, the middle of the week.
And everybody should be up and popping during the middle of the week and, getting themselves ready for on Thursday, if the Lord say the same. The temperature on the outside right now, Miss Hinton, is 47 degrees, and it's mostly cloudy. But
what?
But there's a but in the forecast. They say at 4 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, there will be some rain mixed with snow.
I didn't hear that forecast, but I did, Mr. E, I did hear Sunday we're expecting some precipitation, allegedly.
Well, they said at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be some rain mixed with snow, and then it's supposed to taper off about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
We shall see, but I tell you what, our weather's pretty decent today. We're going to be in the 50s, upper 50s today, and that's all right with me.
Just don't take wear some layers, but don't take off all your clothes yet, because winter is not over.
Winter is not over, and the flu is still raging.
That's right. Hey, did you hear the thing, Miss Hinton? I want to bring this to your attention. Did you hear the latest when they say do not come to the hospital?
Absolutely.
Do not, if you got flu and flu symptoms or the COVID, do not go to the hospital. They telling everybody to go to your urgent care.
Absolutely.
Because the hospitals are full. Go to the urgent care, let them diagnose you, and then go back home.
Absolutely. And then wear your mask in the doctor's office and all these medical places, Mr. E. They want you to put that mask on because they don't know what you have.
That's right, and see, that's what's happening all around the cities, every hospital in the world. They saying, look, we are full, and we got that flu virus. So wash your hands. They say, wash
Absolutely.
your hands. If you know that you got a cold, you know that you're sick, stay home.
Stay home. But Mr. E, yes, it's hump day, the middle of the week. We're feeling fine around here. But this is FYI Wednesday segment. What's under the hat? Issues
That's right.
concerning you men.
Say that again.
Issues
Sound like you sneezed just then.
concerning y'all. And the FYI's topic for today is, do men value their money? Do
What?
men value their coins, Mr. E?
One of the hardest things that men has is trying to value and to hold a dollar and keep money in their pocket.
That is amazing that you say that.
Because when you look at the stats, when you look at it, and it says, do men value their money? And because I'm a man,
Let's hear from you,
and
yes.
some men yes, and some men no.
Okay, why do you say some men no?
See, when men get a piece of money in their pockets, there's some things that they want to do, and they like holding the money in their pocket. They don't like spending it, but they like holding it and showing it off. And some who's not used to money will spend it every time.
Can I take you back on memory lane, Mr. E? Okay, just imagine yourself as a young man. Say you're already 18 years old. How do you think about money at that point?
You don't pay. You want money. This is what because you want to spend money because you don't know the value of money at 18.
You just want it.
And you just want money. You get your first paycheck, and you know you got a responsibility at your house, and you should be saving your money. You go buy the best tennis shoes. You don't know what pants look like. You just go into the store and you just spend it. Go to the grocery store. I got a well, she's a young lady, and all she do with her little money, she gets a little paycheck. She wants to go eat and buy pocketbooks, eat and buy pocketbooks, and now I put on a spending awareness where she's got to save some money.
She has to save some money, and that's key, Mr. E. So at 18 years old, your mind was on spending. Your mind,
money.
Was it on saving at all?
No way, Jose. Men's mind is not on saving money.
They're
on spending money, buying them a car, putting gas in their car. At 18, they're on getting the latest fads of tennis shoes and, getting pants and shirts and, hoodies and things that mom and daddy is not buying for them. So once they get 18, get a job, they out there not trying to save no coin. They out there doing it up, because they got money in their pocket.
So it's not valuable at that time. It's more just, I want it, I need to spend it. I'm not worried about saving it. It's just, I gotta have it.
That's right.
I just gotta have it.
It's not valuable at that time until they get a little older. And some people that when they get a little money, they got a responsibility because mama is really keeping up with it, or daddy is really keeping up with them, and they let them know and be strict with them because when you get a paycheck, you got to start paying your own bills around here, or they put a pressure on them and say, you got to buy your own food. You got to buy your own personal. This generation now, they're giving them an opportunity to buy their own hygiene product, the whole 9 yards. But back in the day, young men and young men didn't care. They just go and buy tennis shoes,
whatever they wanted.
And then they had a tendency of hiding it when they come home.
Oh my goodness! But it says many men value their money, often tying it to social expectations of providing personal success and self-worth, but also balancing it with other values like character, independence, and providing in non-monetary ways. While recognizing that financial stability is important, but not the sole measure of a man's worth. They often feel pressure to earn and provide, but also seek partners who value their growth. support their ambitions, and don't see them just as a blank account.
That's right. As a blank account, bank account. Don't see
As,
them.
as
They,
yes,
that's what they do. Men has a tendency of wanting to hold. They got the right idea. They got the right idea. Wants to hold money. I'm gonna hold me a piece of money, but guess what? I'm gonna spend too.
Mr. E, let me say this, man. I want your opinion about it. Uh, you know, we're talking about, we recognize the expectations of providing and things like that. But women see men as a bank account. And women, I'm not saying all women, have been brought up to see men uh, value in being able to provide. They see a man and he may be good looking and stuff, but he said, Do you have a job? Do you work with your bank account?" A woman is looking at the value of a man and what he's worth. Now, a man may be looking for something different. But when is it that a man begins to say, "Wait a minute, let me look at what I have. Let me look at my portfolio. Let me look at the big picture and see if I have what it takes, and is his value and self-worth synonymous? Is it right there, hand in hand? If you don't have no money, do you feel bad?"
Yes, yes,
That's- but
yes.
if you don't have, but do you feel like, I may not have it now,
I got a paycheck coming.
I'm saying, do you don't feel bad? You just have to go after those coins by any means necessary.
Well, see, here's the thing about a man, and I like this topic because a lot of men, when it comes to money, they got 9,999 things in their brain, in their head, they gonna do or get when they get paid.
Okay.
They want to showboat. They got a little money, and then some of them go around the boys, and they want to showboat
Are you
around the boys. I'm
serious?
telling you, men has an ego problem. Especially when it comes to the coins. Some men will invest, some men will not invest. Men do not know how to value their coin. They don't want to pay no bills. They don't want to do nothing but spend money,
Spin, spin, spin.
on stuff that don't even matter, stuff that has no value.
Oh, now that is a good point.
They don't spend money on buying them a house or buying them a car. They got to wait till later on down the road after they get their first paycheck. They got to. My mom used to tell my dad, let that young man enjoy his
Oh,
paycheck.
wow.
Let him go out there and spend some money. See, when I started making that money, really making
Yeah.
money, I was in the army. I was in the military, and I was making good money. I said, "Whoa, I'm on top of
I'm
the
rich.
world. I'm on top of the world. I can get what I want. I go down to the PX, buy me a watch. Didn't even care whether it was a Timex watch or what. I buy me a watch, and didn't take the time out to value to see what it's worth. I buy this. I
Yeah.
buy that. I just
You just
spend
wanted to
money.
spend.
I just have a spending. Men has a spending a streak on them when they get money because they're not used to handling money.
Well, let's fast forward, because there has to become a time. There has to come a time when a man has to think about money and value it, because guess what? He has now responsibility and social expectations that a man should be able to have money, he should be able to have character, and he should be able to raise and grow a family. And without value and money, how can you do that? How can you really invest in having a family when money is so much in the mix
Well,
of
when you
it?
look at it's stages. It's
Hmm.
stages. You got to take a man that not used to having coins
Uh-huh.
and let him get that demon out of him, that spending demon out of him, and then let him mature. He's got to grow up
Okay.
with that money. He's got to really let that, it's just like folks saying you get in a car and you got gas on your chest and you just
Yeah.
like to ride,
Gas
ride.
happy.
Yeah. And so that's why men are. They got money on their habit. They want to spend because, one, they're not used to money. And then when they get 20s and 23, 24, 25 years old, then that's when they start maturing. But before then, unless somebody grab them and pull them under their wings and teach them the value of a dollar, men don't know the value. They just spend.
Ooh. Well, I tell you what, he has to learn the value of a dollar because he ends up, most men, being in the breadwinner role. Traditional expectations position men as providers. So financial failure can feel like a failure in masculinity and purpose. I mean, when you talk about taking on the role of a
A family,
husband
that's
or a
right.
family, you got to make sure you are getting your coins in a position where you won't be in the poorhouse.
And when you say something about the breadwinner, yeah, men who get to that point now, they want to have a family, and here's the thing: there's no price tag on how much it's going to cost to have a family.
All right, so
You know,
let me ask you now. Let's think seriously now. You are dating, you're in the place that you're dating, and then you say, oh, I seriously now want to have a wife and a family. Then how is your mind toward money? What are you thinking about at that point?
then when you make that decision, when you get to that fork in the road, you taking on a family. You want to grow up now. You want to be mature. So you got to really put some coins away. And because, one, you want a house and
Mm.
you want
Mhm.
cars, and and don't let nobody fool you, ladies, young ladies that are listening. He talking about he want 6 children and dogs. Listen to me good. When men grow up, they're in a fantasy world. They're in a world where they want a family. They really do want the family, but they have not seen daddy or have not seen mama how he made that money.
The thing about it is, he's thinking about that, but where he really gets snagged is wanting to impress the woman. And so, for that reason, he either is going to work hard or
That's
he's
right.
going to hustle. He's going to find some way of making this woman happy. He's coming to the table and he say, look at me, look what I got. I think at that point he really begins to value money because he knows how important it is to please the
That's right.
woman or significant other that he wants.
They said the traditional expectations fathers men as providers.
Hmm.
So financial failure can feel like a failure in their masculinity and their purpose. Now, when you get a man who got a little money, he think he got a little money and he's ready to take on a family. Now,
Hmm.
one of the red flags that a man should notice as they try to go into that route, when
Hmm.
they go to the restaurant, when they take him and his girl
Hmm.
out to the restaurant, be on the lookout for what is the price, how much you eat. Don't just and you stop taking
You
her to
said that. How much?
McDonald's. You take her to
You got to wine and
you
dine.
got to wine and dine or take her to a nice place. And when you look at the coins at $26, 50, at the end of the day, you don't spend 100 and so many dollars. Then you easily slip your hand in your pocket and go underneath the table and you count.
So it becomes valuable because of pressure.
That's a learning experience.
It's
Yeah,
a pressure thing as well. Status and respect. That's why men value it. It makes you feel some kind of way.
that's
It
right.
often serve as a visible measure of success, granting respect, social standing, and perceived attractiveness. People love people that have money.
That's right.
For
That's
some
right.
reason, they don't have to have nothing else sometimes, but if they have money, people do go all out to show respect and really lift people up high with those coins.
I know a young lady today. She's got a little friend,
Hmm.
and they in school. They still going to high school, and he had about $200 or $150 in his pocket. And she said he got money like he can buy
He's
the
rich.
whole wide world, but the brother ain't got that. He got other responsibilities and that he has to play. But a good man, he will spend his last coin on his family, and that's one of the greatest men in the world, and deny himself and take care of his family.
Absolutely. So he's thinking about first impressing, and he marries or he has a significant other, and he has to now think of money in terms of how to make it and keep it or spend it and save it. It's a whole big old strategy, and it
That's
becomes a
right.
business.
That's right.
When you take on that family and stuff, you talking about taking on a business.
That's right.
And you have to really, really have a vision for your money. You have to begin to learn how you can grow that money. You've got to learn a lot about, who you have with you that can help support you and help you to grow that money.
One of the funnest things about money, Miss Hinton, is it has psychological power impact on your
Mm-hmm,
life.
mm-hmm.
It can make you or break you.
Ooh,
When you look at that money, because the value of money and the value of raising that family and the need that you may have and the need that your family may have, you got to ask yourself the question, which come first? Do I take care of the needs of my
mm,
family? Now, if you got one paycheck going to that house and you got a whole lot of responsibility, you really got to you really it's really gonna play an important role. It's gonna really mess with your mind. It's gonna mess with your internal as well as your external value.
So listen, E, can you say that if a man is not being responsible, he doesn't value money? If a man is not saving or investing, he's not valuing money. If a man is just spending and not looking to the future, is he not valuing his? Is that how he doesn't value
all
money?
that all that you just said, you're gonna find him as a broke man. He's gonna be broke because he has not put up a nest egg. He does, and nobody told him to keep 20 cent or 10 cent
Mm,
or a quarter in his pocket for a rainy day to make a phone call. All he know how to do is spend. Spend, 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 because nobody caught him at an early age and taught him the value of money or the responsibility. That's why today dads need to be in the house,
yes.
fathers need to be, so that our male children can see how daddy worked, how what
Yes.
it takes to be the breadwinner in the house. It's not so much of because the woman got money. Yeah, my
Mm,
mom got money, my mom got money, but you as a man got to see the flip side of the coin, because mom ain't gonna
yes.
always be there. Now you taking on a responsibility, and you can't continue to go to your mama. You got to go and see what the whole world is, because of the
Yes.
responsibility that you have taken. You just got to get out there, and you got to pay your rent, you got to pay your mortgage, you got to pay your light bill, you got to pay your gas bill, and
Yes.
you're gonna need money. You got to pay a car note, you got to go to college, and all these things that you want to do and raise a family to, you gonna find yourself in a struggle.
Well, let's go back to the prodigal son and his daddy, and the fact that it's really when I read that story, I mean, I really love reading it. First of all, because I look at the father first, and then I look at the son. All right, the father has all the money and everything in the whole wide world. The son sees it and say, "Look, isn't it about time you give me my inheritance and let me go on out here?" It is really funny that this son goes out there without a clue. Money
That's
he
right.
doesn't
That's right.
value. He don't know the value of a coin, a dime, or
That's
nothing.
right. That's right.
You see it in his behavior where he goes out and instead of investing, he sits up and just wastes and wastes and wastes. And he wastes so much money, he ends up with the pigs in the mud and don't have nothing to show for all the money that he's inherited.
Going to the phone line. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, this is
So, Mr. E, so it is really, but this is the thing, just like you were saying, fathers, teach your sons. It shouldn't have been any reason why, as successful as the father was, that the son didn't know nothing about money. What? Or either didn't just have the mentality, he didn't have a mentality, he didn't know how to value that money.
See, because he did not see how daddy made the money, how the money got into the house. See what happened? They didn't
Why didn't he see it? He's right there in his face.
He's right there in the face, but he needed hands-on.
He needed to be
Some
taught.
men need to be taught. They need to be hands-on. And then we done got to the point now in our homes that that's their room. They go in their little rooms and they don't come out. They don't see nothing visible. They play the little game. But see, here's what I had to teach my boys. I had to set them down and they had to see where that dollar come from. How I had to get up every morning. See, you got to teach these young men how to get up every morning early and get themselves together to go out there and find them a job so they can bring back the bacon.
So some people don't know what to do with money, but men should teach their boys that, we're talking about men, to value money. It was just, I think about the one with the one talent, who didn't even value that one thing.
That's right.
And he would not invest or do anything with the money that he was given. Men, when you make money, you should go. The Bible says go and make an investment. Go save some of it.
That's
Spend
right.
some, but
That's
save
right.
some, and it will grow. This one was so afraid to do anything. He just buried that talent and said, hey, whatever. I think I'll keep that one little rock, that one little penny, and whatever it was, and do nothing with it. Well, you've got to do something with money. When you make it, you've got to make sure you can grow that money. Money, this is the thing about money, Mr. E, you always need it. There are always needs. There's always something coming up.
That's right.
And so for that reason, you got to work, you got to have an income, you've got to invest to keep money growing, you got to be strategic. And you've got to have knowledge about money, or else you're going to end up not valuing it in the poorhouse.
And not only that, if you don't value that money, you're going to find yourself at a psychological having a psychological impact, because it's going to have an internal and an external value or effect on you. Many people, including men, mistaking equal net worth with self-worth.
Yes.
Create a cycle of striving for more to feel worthy according to the verse. Here's what happens. When your money gets funny and your change gets strange, it's going to really bother you mentally, because one, you cannot provide for your family, and a woman these days don't want no broke men hanging around them. She loves you, and you got to know the difference between the love of money and the love of love. Some women will go through for you, but if you still doing the wrong old thing and not value the dollar, I'm not valued, not want to put anything aside, I'm still want to buy me this, and I still want, and you got children and you got a family. One of the things that I'm gonna mention, I'll give some kudos to my son, my baby boy, my boys. I want to give him kudos because he's doing a wonderful job by putting his family first, his children and his wife, and he bought him a home. And normally he wanted to get out there and run and rip and run and think he had a fallback cushion. But there was some pins in the cushion that every time he fall back, the pins would stick in him and he would say, ouch.
That's called a woman. Now, you get in front of a woman, marry a woman, and get in front of a woman and don't have your coins right, you're going to wish it was a conversation between you and the devil, instead of you and that woman. That woman is going to make your life a living hell if you're not providing, bringing in the coin. You're going to hear her mouth every day, man, and I'm telling the truth. She going to nag you. You going to have to do something, and I'm telling you, you are going to have, just like Mr. E, those needles in you, sticking you every which way every time you come in the house.
That's
Did
right.
you get any
Did you
money?
get
Where you get
what we
money?
gonna eat
How we
at?
going to pay the money? How we going to do
Can we
this?
go out
I need a
tonight?
new car.
Yeah.
You going to hear from me. So I advise you
Baby
men
need new
out
pair of
there
shoes.
to make sure you value that
Telephone
money.
disconnect.
Make sure you value your money. Make sure you
Don't know how in the
value
world we gonna
yourself.
make it.
And look, make sure you do the
I'm
best you
going on my
can.
mama's house.
I tell you what, it is crazy. But anyway, we're going to talk with you all again. We're going to see you on Fun Friday. You all be blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Edward, the co-host. And for more information about FYI, all you had to do is pick up the receiver of the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Or you can inbox us on Facebook at Edward Everett Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page. Again, don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9, and also on all social media platforms. Okay? Don't forget to join. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Bye now.
I tell you what, before it's over, you will value money when it comes to your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, or something. They're going to see to it that you'll be pushed. Either you're going to be pushed out or you're going to come up. Because I'm saying, Mr. E, living with a woman that have needs, you got to find out. If you don't know what the value of money is, you're going to find out. Because she's going to see to it every turn of the road that you do this and you this, you got to do this. The pressure that a man, I can imagine the pressure of a man to provide. He has to provide. He has to be provided. He has to have provider instinct. You know, many men feel fundamental drive to provide for themselves and potential family, and they want financial security. But they got to learn. Mr. E, it goes way back, just like you said. You got to learn as a young person valuing money. So when you come up, you'll be able to survive in this world, whether you're married, whether you know, or have significant others, or what. You're going to have to learn in order not to end up in the poorhouse.
That's right, and that's all you got to do is look for leaders. Find somebody that you see that can help teach you.
Yes.
Learn the value of dollars. I found out now in the center that these folks who going to colleges now they're gonna start gonna share your checks.
Absolutely.
They're gonna get their money back one way or another, and you don't know the definition of gonna share. Well, let me tell you, you thought that you was making X amount of dollars,
wow.
and now you look around and they done took 65% of your paycheck.
Did you say took? They took. They will
took.
take.
They done
right?
robbed you 65% of your paycheck, but they're giving you avenues to how to avoid that by contacting them. So if you got student loans out there, you just starting out, and you know you done graduate from college, you done got a family, and now you got to pay those debts
Absolutely.
back. Make sure that you get in contact with them folks. If you got a family, make sure you get you a job. Don't sit back and wait for that woman to get that first of the month check. And don't wait for her to get them food stamps. And all you see is y'all going right down there all together. And you know, and they can really make some changes in all of that.
Tell the truth.
And then
That's
when
right.
the folks go to your house, you can't keep your clothes. Men ought to be able to say, I want my name on something.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put your name on the water bill. You can't put your name on a light bill. You ought to be able to put your name on something, because things have changed. Because when you go and try to get your house, you've been living in your home for this year, can you show me any bills with your name on?
Wow, I tell you what.
So make sure you do what you got to do.
We'll be talking about that on our After Dark show, cryptocurrency, money, and more. And we want you to just keep hanging around at 6 p.m. After Dark for either our replays or our great topics around the town, hot topics with Yolanda Hinton, We coming up with Black History Month real soon.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, Love Doctor. And of course, Wednesday, What's Under the Hat, Fun Friday with women's issues, and much, much more. Look, be blessed. Mr. E's going to tell you how you can be a special guest sponsor intern with FYI.
If you'd like to be a special guest sponsor of FYI, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
Be blessed. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on Fun Friday.
Bye now.